Nah, but my phone was acting up, so I couldn't even do my lives earlier. And I'm not paid on YouTube as of now. Okay, so I don't have a camera. All right, I have to use my phone, and my phone was acting up, so I had to get on here and do this all late. But anyway, I'm here. I'm showing up because I got something to talk about. Want to talk about it? No, let's talk about it. Okay. Want to talk about it? Here it go. How it go? I don't know. It's late, and this is what happened when you chat with me, and it's all late like this. I get real playful and whatever. But anyway, so if you don't know, okay, allegedly, let me just first say, okay, this video is all entertainment purposes, okay? Sport entertainment purposes. It is not for anyone under the age of 18, okay? If you're under that age, please get off. Please get off my channel. Okay? Because I don't need the problems. All right. This is only for the grown and sexy. Okay, I am missing some lashes right here. You might be able to tell, but it'll be back in the morning. Okay, so it's okay. It's all good. Anyway, I don't know these people. Okay, I'm just reporting what I heard because it interests me and I want to talk about it. Is my phone glitching? Anyway, okay, so there has been a new lawsuit that has just came about from a guy named what is his name? I don't know, I'm thinking Mom Prayer. What is his name? Dag. It's Tupac brother. Dag. Mom Pray? What is his name? Um I can't remember his name. Anyways, Tupac brothers. So, Tupac stepdad. I'm not sure if he was actually his stepdad. If the stepdad was actually married to what's up, Camille? Was actually married to Tupac's mother, or if they were just together a long time. Because common law marriage is a thing in certain states. Okay, it is a real thing. But anyway, so Tupac brother. Okay, has filed a lawsuit against P. Diddy, y'all. Okay, and he's very serious about this lawsuit. If you haven't heard, you can look it up. Okay, I heard this information on Conditioning, and y'all can check out her channel. She went over the court documents and everything. Okay, he is not playing with it. Allegedly, okay, he saw The Reckoning that was on Netflix, the 50 Cent documentary about Tupac, about Diddy, and ever since that, he hired one of the biggest lawyers out here that does not lose. I believe that's the same lawyer that Jay-Z used for all his big cases. I can't remember the name. Of course, it's going to fail me because it's all late in the day. It's all late in the night. But yeah, he's not playing. I think his name is Mob Pre, is Tupac brother, something like that. Anyway, you can look up the new Tupac case that's calling out Diddy and Keefy D. So if you haven't watched The Reckoning, that was a documentary that 50 Cent did about Diddy, and just he just wanted to show us or show the world how Diddy really is, like how he acts, how he doesn't care about the regular people, and how cruel he could possibly be. So in that documentary, there were a lot of people who used to work with Diddy, who were friends with Diddy, who made claims in that documentary. What's up? Good morning. Good morning. What's up? What's up? So there was a lot of people who made a lot of claims about Diddy. One in particular was Kurt Burrows. Kirk Burrows was with Diddy when it all started. Okay. Now, allegedly, a lot of people think that Kirk Burrows and Diddy had a relationship, was in a relationship. But anyway, he didn't talk about that in the documentary. But oh, you one of them. But anyway, so Mob Pre, I think his name is Mob Pre. I don't know why I keep going back to that name. Anyway, so Mob Pre, which is, I believe that's how you say his name, that's Tupac's brother. He saw that documentary, and I believe Tupac's family was already in the trying to get a case against Diddy. Or it could have been that they attempted to get a lawsuit against Diddy, and they failed. But when the reckoning came out, they were able to get more evidence and proof from people who used to work with Diddy, who confirmed a lot of things, saying that they also believe that Diddy tried to take Tupac out because of this, that, and that, right? So, y'all, this is not good, okay? What happened? Hmm. I don't know. Something's going on with the chat here. Um. Anyway, so in September 29th, 2023, in Las Vegas, Las Vegas PD arrested Keefe D, and because he had, so this is what happened. So there was a case. What's up? What's up? Junu, whatever. So this is what happened allegedly. Okay, I'm rephrasing all this whole conversation, or how everything went, right? So Keefe D was called in by Greg Caden, and he was called in to get give information to the police about what happened with the Biggie Merkin, right? And so he gave his opinion, and he also gave extra stuff, okay? Extra information that no one asked for, that they didn't even ask for, okay? Okay, I feel like something in my eye. This eye with my lashes has been aggravating me for a while now. But anyway, so they gave him what's called a proffer agreement, which was almost like immunity for him in that case, to tell whatever he know and to not be charged. So I think Keefe D thought, because obviously he didn't have, obviously no, a lawyer didn't explain to him how a proffer agreement works, because it saved him from being charged for of any crime in that case. But because he gave information, they were looking for information on who the the person was that murked Biggie, and they needed all the information they could get. He was willing to volunteer some information, so they accepted it, but they didn't want him to get locked up behind it. But that was just for that case. So Keefe D goes on this whole interview spree, and he starts doing interviews with a whole lot of social media people, and he even wrote a book or two allegedly, stating that he had something to do with the Tupac murking. And he said in plenty of platforms, and even in that book allegedly, that him and his nephew and a couple other people, it was four of them in a car, took out Tupac. Now I don't know why he thought that wasn't going to come back to bite him in his butt. So I guess he thought that that proffer agreement, which obviously wasn't explained to him very well, was going to save him no matter what he say and do for the rest of his life. And that's not how that worked, okay? That agreement was just for that case, but he didn't realize that. So eventually he kept talking and talking and talking, and talked himself right into jail because in September 2023, the Las Vegas PD came and picked him up. Now, originally, I believe, allegedly, he lived in Los Angeles and then he ended up moving to um, Las Vegas. Now, Las Vegas is where Tupac got murked at, you know. But anyway, so in September 2029 to 2023, that's when Los Angeles PD picked up Keefe D, and he's been locked up ever since. Now, since he was in there, he had a lot of issues. Okay, he had people trying to. He ended up getting in a fight. Okay, that was the whole case. He got in a fight with someone. He started saying how Diddy was the one allegedly that paid him to. He confirmed that what he had been saying in the interviews, that Diddy was the one who, put out this money, saying that if anybody could take them both out, allegedly, that's what he said, take out Tupac and Suge Knight, then he would pay them $1 million. And then Keefe D said that allegedly that he did the work, they did the job, and never got paid for the work. Anyway, Kurt Burrows, in the documentary, the Reckoning documentary, he didn't agree that Keefe D was paid a check, but he did make some references to how a check was possibly made and paid out to the person who took out Tupac in that Reckoning documentary. So y'all check that out. That's the only thing I would say go check out on Netflix. But hell, you might can get some clips on YouTube or Google or something. I wouldn't say support Netflix because I'm just not. Matter of fact, I believe Netflix has lost a lot of subscriptions because of that Kevin Hart roast that they did, but we'll talk about that later. Anyway, okay, so Keefe D told Keefe D had been going around doing interviews talking about how Diddy um said that he'll pay him that $1 million allegedly. So, of course, the proffer agreement doesn't save him or protect him from this case. So he got locked back up because of him coming out saying that he was part of murking Tupac. So then Las Vegas PD went and picked him up, and then he started saying, "Oh no, Diddy was the one who put the bounty out, and but he never paid, and that's why I did it, or that's why him and other people was involved in it," as if that was going to excuse it. But anyway, um so this is how it all. So this is what they're believing. What Ma Pre, which is Tupac's brother, this is the story that he believes started the beef with Diddy, between Diddy and Tupac, and created the East Coast West Coast beef, right? So this is what he said, okay? This is all in a lawsuit. Again, you can look this up and you'll see it there. But I'm going to rephrase everything and put it in my opinion, so I'm not going to say it exactly how it's stated in the lawsuit, okay? So Mob Pre said that there was a party for Biggie when he was coming out with his record. um which one was it? um um I forgot which record it was. So anyway, Biggie was coming out with this record, right? He had like an album release party. And at the album release party, Tupac came because Tupac and Biggie were good friends. They were real good friends. But Tupac never liked Diddy. He didn't like his energy. He already knew what time it was with that dude. I mean, you could pretty much, you felt like that about certain people. You're like, now I'm gonna have to leave him alone. Okay, I'm gonna just stay away from them. So I believe that, in my opinion, this all my opinion. I don't know this to be true, but I believe Tupac probably warned Biggie about being with Diddy because you know Tupac seemed like a caring dude. So he probably told him, be careful with that guy, don't hang with that guy. Anyway, Tupac didn't want to have anything to do with Diddy. So at the album release party, Biggie's album release party, Tupac came, Diddy approached him about working with him, and Tupac declined. He declined the offer. So a lot of people are believing that when Tupac declined the offer for him to work with Diddy, Diddy probably took that to be like, oh, okay, dude ain't don't want to work with me. Like, I'm hot. I got Biggie. Biggie got one of the hottest albums, or two of the hottest albums out right now, and he don't want to work, and Tupac don't want to work with me. After that happened, then I guess somehow Tupac came to the studio where Biggie was recording, doing some recording. Tupac got ambushed in the hallway. Before that, Tupac came to the studio, which was Daddy's studio, which was Diddy's studio, I believe, allegedly. And Lil C's, was it Lil C's? Somebody saw Tupac standing outside and told him to come up to the studio. So he was like, yeah, okay. He all hyped up. He going up there. He goes inside of the studio. He pushed the button for the elevator, and it's some guys that just jumped him, then start shooting him. They shot him, I think, like 7 times. They shot him all types of places. um a lot of people didn't think Tupac was gonna make it. I remember when that all happened. It was a real sad time. But so that happened. It was pretty much like an ambush. Biggie never did come down to see Tupac or anything. Somehow Tupac was able to survive. Police was called. Diddy was there. He actually was there allegedly. I believe somebody told that Diddy was actually there having a meeting with someone, and he left and then came back allegedly and told the police he wasn't sure what happened. He had just got there or something like that. That's alleged. All this is alleged, okay? So anyway, after Tupac, went to the hospital, he's recovering now. Then now he's upset because he felt like that was an ambush. And so, he held a grudge between Biggie and Diddy because he felt like they set him up. They called him to come to the studio and they set him up. So anyway, after all that happened, and Tupac was in real bad shape because he got shot a lot of times, like 7 times, I believe, allegedly. Anyway, after that happened, Tupac already had that case against him with the girl who said that he R-word her, which I can't wait till the truth comes out about that, because I know for a fact that was a lie. Because I guess I don't know for a fact, but I always believe that that was a lie, because Tupac could get any woman he want. I'm gonna be honest. He could. If you just watch a lot of videos on YouTube, watch a lot of stuff, Tupac done been with every woman, and every woman loved him. They loved him. Okay? It's not too many men you would know about them being with a lot of celebrities and they all loved him. You see how crazy Jada Pinkett was acting about Tupac? She still go crazy about Tupac. Her daughter even allegedly wrote a letter to Tupac saying, "Please appear so my mom could be happy again." Yeah. and she wasn't even thought of. She wasn't even thought of when Tupac passed away. But she wrote a letter to Tupac saying, "Please come back and be here for my mom." So, like, Yo Yo just did an interview on Art of Dialogue saying that she was in a relationship or she had relations with Tupac. I mean, the list goes on and on. Madonna, he was messing with Madonna allegedly. um Jasmine Guy, he was messing with Jasmine Guy. He was messing with what's the guy name, Quincy Jones' daughter. They were supposed to be engaged at the time when he, passed away, when that pow pow happened in Vegas. But anyway, so that's why I don't believe that story. I felt like that was a setup, could have possibly been a setup from Diddy as well. And anyway, so after the pow pow, he was in the hospital. He had the case against him about the R with the girl, and the girl was, she did an interview, and it's on social media, and you could tell that that was a setup, that she was told to do that. Anyway, I'll get into that on another video. But anyway, he was found guilty of, I believe, not even R wording her or something, because how the story happened real quick. She was invited to his hotel. It was a whole bunch of men there. She came there for Tupac. They didn't have intercourse, but I think she wanted to have intercourse with him. He somehow, she was left alone, and the other guys that was there R worded her, and she left there. She was able to get away. She left. She contacted the police, and Tupac was the only man, and he didn't even have intercourse with her that night. Allegedly, I believe he didn't have intercourse with her that night, but it was some other guys there. Which those guys, she knew those guys. They were part of Haitian Jack people, because he got hooked up with Haitian Jack, and Haitian, when he got hooked up with Tupac, got hooked up with Haitian Jack. I think Biggie was trying to tell Tupac that he didn't need to hang with Haitian Jack, but Haitian Jack, I believe, put him in a room with a lot of different people, and so I believe that's why them two was close. But anyway, he just pretty much just disappeared from Earth, because you don't hear nothing about him. But anyway, so the case went, the girl came there for Tupac, but it was a whole bunch of other guys there. They R worded her. She felt like he didn't protect her, but he was the only one that went to jail behind the whole mess, and they R worded her. But anyway, so that was a whole crazy case, because it didn't make sense that they would charge him with R wording her, and he went to jail, and when he went to jail he didn't have any money, so that's why he ended up staying in jail so long, because I believe he needed $1 million to get out. Somehow the record label got him out, and then he connected with Suge Knight at the same time, and Suge Knight came and picked him up, and then he ended up signing to Death Row or whatever for that deal. And I believe that deal he had to do like eight albums or something. It was real crazy. The contract he had with Death Row, he had to do like 8 albums. So when he got out, he was pretty much just like writing, making music and stuff. And then of course he was still upset about the whole Biggie and Diddy situation, because he had got pow pow, and then he had to recover in jail. So anyway, that whole thing happened, and also during that time, Suge Knight, I believe it was his security guard or somebody who was with Suge Knight crew. He got pow powed, and Suge Knight not gonna admit it, but a lot of death row people believe that Diddy had something to do with that, because the way the guy got killed, he got killed right in front. Can I say? He got deleted right in front of Suge Knight and a whole bunch of other people at a nightclub, and the rumor was that Diddy had something to do with that as well. So Diddy connected with a local gang there, which Keefe D was part of that gang, for protection for when he goes to LA. And he told them that if they could get a death row chain, that he'll pay them this money. And then a situation happened with Keefe D nephew. He was at the mall. He took one of the death row members' death row chain, allegedly took it back to Diddy or showed Diddy, and probably was paid or something. I'm not sure. That's the story there. And then when the Las Vegas, Mike Tyson had a big fight at in Las Vegas. I forgot the hotel, but he had a big fight there. Tupac, Suge Knight was there. They saw the guy who allegedly took the chain from the death row guy or member, and then they allegedly jumped him because of that. Then they went up to the hotel room, changed, came back out, got in the car. Keefe D said allegedly him and his crew was riding around looking for Tupac so they could take him out. And they did, allegedly. They ran up on him, they found him, they saw him in a car, windows down, and Tupac was hanging out the window trying to talk to some girls, telling them to come to this club that I believe he was going to perform at. And that's when Keefe D and his crew allegedly saw Tupac, took him out then and there. And then Keefe D said he contacted Diddy allegedly and said the job is done. We did the job. Where's our money? And he said he never got paid, but he did say that somebody else that was a part of the crew or that was there when Diddy made the arrangement paid that person some of the money, like $500,000 or something. But Keefe D said he didn't get any money. That's the story he told. Okay. So anyway, so Kirk Burroughs and a couple other people in that Reckoning documentary, they were able to put a lot of pieces together. So Mob Pre, which is Tupac's brother, he filed the case again, and he said he has new evidence, and he wants Greg Caden to also give the evidence he have, because he has a lot of evidence that he's just been sitting on. Now he is retired, but allegedly he has a lot of that evidence from the Tupac and Biggie case, and he's just been sitting on it, and he doesn't want to get involved. But Mob Pre done came out with this case, so he's suing Diddy, um, two John Does, or Jane Does or something. Who else he's suing? It's a couple people that Mob Pre is suing behind this. But yeah, so it's not just Diddy, it's Diddy and other people. And allegedly there is still some people that were in attendance, that have evidence or no evidence about the case, that allegedly are going to be called on during the case as well. So that's going to be a huge trial, because Keefe D has his own case that he's going through, and I believe that was in May. I'm gonna have to check on that, because I believe he went to court and they pushed the court date back for that trial, because of course he's locked up for, you know, being the one that took Tupac out. But Mob Pre is saying that they want Diddy locked up because he is allegedly the one who put it all together. But with Keefe D case, they're just keeping it with Keefe D. They're not including Diddy in his case, but there are rumors that Diddy will be called as a witness for that case. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a whole lot. But I'll be right there watching the case. Y'all already know I'm gonna follow. Okay, I'm gonna report. Okay, I'm gonna take notes. Okay, and all that. So yeah, so that's the case. That's the mess that's going on, and all this happened over 30 years ago. But I think I was 15 when Tupac and Biggie passed away. Yeah, I was 15 because Tupac passed away, and then I believe Biggie passed away like 3 months later or something. Because it wasn't a year later, was it? I don't know. I can't really remember, but I remember it was like back to back. They both passed away. It was like kind of similar that time frame. But I was hoping that Biggie mom would have got some type of justice before she conveniently passed away. And I feel like allegedly, in my opinion, I feel like Diddy had something to do with that as well, because this woman looked healthy. She looked good. She had did an interview on, I believe it was Sway radio station or something. I forgot exactly who she did an interview with before she passed away, but a lot of people just conveniently passed away. There's another case with this guy named Jonathan Hay. He said that he was contacted by Biggie's son to do a like a memorial record or memorial like type of documentary or something for Biggie by Biggie's son, and Diddy was the person who was backing it, and he said that Biggie's son was in a relationship or had been actually, messing with Diddy, and he said, Diddy assaulted him allegedly, and he has a case against Diddy that's coming out. So it's a lot going on with these cases with Diddy, and they not playing with him. Okay, they definitely done took him down. So one thing to think about though, okay, because I remember when the Epstein files came out and stuff, they were talking about how Jay-Z was in charge of the black people. He was like the mascot for the black people, right? And I was thinking, okay, well, if that's who they had in charge of handling the black people, which makes sense because Diddy still had kind of like a bad rep because of him taking all the royalties for everyone's music that he's ever worked with. And then remember he came out and said he was giving all these people back their royalties or whatever you call it, rights to their music or whatever. But at that time, it was already too late because we didn't know, but he knew it was some heat, some smoke that was coming for his behind at that time, but we didn't know. But so I'm thinking, okay, he would have been the ideal person, in my opinion, before the Cassie situation happened, to be the leader of black people, to handle us. So that didn't happen. And then Jay-Z, is going through a whole lot right now. So that's not happening. Okay. So who is the next leader? Who is the runner up? Who are they setting in place to handle the black people now? Who do y'all think it is? I'm thinking it would have to be a music artist, right? I don't know no music artist that is like taking the lead, for black people. That's like someone that we admire and he's, highly respected and doing a lot of stuff. I don't know who that guy would be. or a girl, which it wouldn't be a girl because men don't like they they want to be in charge, right? So it's a man. But I'm trying to think. I don't know who that guy is because they're not going to just not have a leader, right? They got to control what's going on. So I don't know who that person is, though. Can y'all think of anyone? We know it's not Jay-Z. Definitely not Diddy. Those were like the two major people. I don't know. When I figure that part out, I'll let y'all know. And then we figure this out together. Because please believe when they want to control a group of people or people in general, they gonna put some stuff out. Okay? It's gonna be messy. Someone's gonna stand up and speak because that's just how they do things. So I don't know who that guy would be. I don't know. I don't know. I'm steady thinking. It can't be no one young. He would have to be older. He would have to be 40s or older. It can't be no young buck. I mean, I guess it could be, but I don't even know like a young artist that's handling stuff, or even like an actor or something. Like it ain't no Denzel because Denzel ain't doing that. I don't know. That makes me think. I do wonder about that. Like, who is the new supposed leader for the black people? If they don't have Jay-Z or Diddy to control everything, or maybe Jay-Z is still in the running until they just delete him from everything until they ruin his career. So maybe he's still in the running, and then after him, who are they gonna push up to? I was thinking like a Kendrick Lamar, but because they gave him awards, he performed at the Super Bowl right after that whole mess. He was approved by Jay Z, even though Jay Z said he didn't have nothing to do with that. Okay. Okay. Allegedly, a lot of people are saying that Jay Z didn't like Drake. He had some problems with Drake, and they believe it's because Drake sales were bigger than Jay Z sales or something. But I don't know. But one thing about Drake has not has not sat down. I don't know if y'all been following Drake, but he's been on tour ever since the Super Bowl. Like he was on tour before the Super Bowl, I believe. Like he is not playing. Okay, he's out here still working. Okay, still making his money. He just dropped the album. He ain't let nothing stop him. He's resilient. Okay. A lot of people are not talking about him or his record or his new album. But yeah, he's still making money. He's still out here working and touring. Speaking of touring, Wiz Khalifa allegedly, um, the Russian government is looking for him to arrest him. Allegedly, I believe it's Russia because he had a concert there and he was smoking on stage, and that's against the law there. And they want him to do 9 months, I believe. So they're looking for him, and they're going to, or they're, I think they have the right to get him from America. Some countries, they can't come into another country and stuff like that to get someone. Like America didn't have access to go into Zanzibar to find out what was going on with that whole situation. Speaking of that, okay, just real quick. Allegedly, there's a video. that's out that shows Ashley Janae Robinson and Joe McCann and them two like running in a hallway or something of a hotel. Now I don't believe it's them because you can't even see their face. So how would you know it's them? But allegedly that's the video. Hold on. Let me see what that says. It's a tow truck out. I'm like, who is that creeping? But allegedly there's a video showing them too, but you can't even see who it is. I watched the video. I forgot what's this on. It's on Instagram. But you couldn't even see the faces. So I'm like, that could be anybody. But it's a woman, a black woman in a towel. She's running away from this white guy. He's butt naked. He has a bald head. It really looked like it could be them. But I'm thinking they weren't in like a that type of hotel. They were in like resort type little places. But I don't know. Maybe it could be a separate part to the hotel as well. Maybe they had like rooms like a regular hotel also. I don't know. Y'all go check that out. It's on Instagram. Um, I might go on my Instagram and just post it in the chat so y'all could check it out for yourself. But you can't see their faces clearly, so we don't know. We don't know. Yeah. That's all the information I have. Oh, y'all check out that video with um Tyler Carson, Tucker Carson, and Sean Stone. I'm gonna check it out tomorrow. Cause after this I'm just going to sleep. But yeah, y'all check that video out because I'm gonna check it out and then I'm gonna do a part two because the guy mentioned the J to the Z. So yeah, I feel like they're trying to take him out for real, or at least drain him of his pockets. And I noticed that with these celebrities, it's like they build them up, right? They build them up. They can make a star. They can make anyone a star. You don't have to be able to, you don't have to be talented to be made a star because they're going to put the money out there and put you in the right places that's going to get you the attention. So you don't have to have talent. That's why a lot of times you'll hear people saying, calling people um, plants. They plant them there, they put them out there because you don't have to have talent. It's real crazy. But where I was going with that. I forgot. Oh, I'm really tired. Because I sure forgot where I was going with that. The whole plants don't have to be talented. I don't know. That's so weird. I can't even rewind so I can see what I was talking about. That's good. Hold up. Yes, I can. Y'all know me. I don't give up. Okay? I don't get tired. And I don't get tired. And I don't get tired. Let me see. Where is my video? I'm gonna find my video. I'm gonna see what I was saying, what I was talking about. Why don't I have it pulled up here? Oh, go to lives. It should pull me up. I'm live, so why it ain't showing me? No, it's not showing my live. Plants in the industry. This my this what it's not even showing me live right now. Oh yeah, there you go. Let's see here. I know YouTube gotta play a commercial or three. Let me see. Little places. But I don't know. Maybe it could be a separate part to the hotel as well. Maybe they had like rooms like a regular hotel also. I don't know. Yeah, y'all check that video out because I'm gonna check it out and put the money out there and put you in the right places. That's going to get you the attention. So you with um Tyler Carson, Tucker Carson in like that type of hotel. They were in like resort type. I'm trying to remember what I was saying, so I'm listening to it. Maybe it could be a separate part to the hotel as well. Maybe they had like rooms like a regular hotel also. I don't know. Y'all go check that out. It's on Instagram. Um, I might go on my Instagram and just post it in the chat. Yeah, I'll probably do that. So y'all can check out that video. Their faces clearly. So we don't know. We don't know. Yeah. That's all the information I have. Oh, y'all check out that video with Tyler Carson, Tucker Carson, and Sean Stone. I'm gonna check it out tomorrow. Because after this, I'm just going to sleep. But yeah, y'all check that video out because I'm gonna check it out and then I'm gonna do a part two. Oh, I was talking about Drake because the guy mentioned the J to the Z. So yeah, I feel like they're trying to take him out for real, or at least drain him of his pockets. And I noticed that with these celebrities, it's like they build them up, right? They build them up. They can make a star. They can make anyone a star. Oh, okay. I know where I was going with it. I had to do all that. I had to do all that in order to remember what I was talking about. So yeah. So I was saying how did I forget it again? Child, you know I'm good and tired. But I was saying how they build the artist up, okay? Because they can make an artist out of anyone, right? They can make anyone an artist. They put a celebrity out, they build a celebrity, okay? They give them a lot of status by putting them in the rooms with a lot of different people, a lot of other celebrities, put you on TV, put you on people's stages, make sure you're seen, they build you up, and then it seems like they tear them down. Okay? I mean, tear them down, like drain them completely, drain their pockets. Okay? Even take them out. A lot of times you hear that. But yeah, that's what I was trying to say about that. About the celebrities, how the industry is not for them. Like if I wouldn't even want to be a celebrity, knowing the information that I know here. Okay? Because they're not for us. They're not for the people. They're being used like puppets. Yeah, it's terrible. It's real sad. But yeah, that's all the information I have for you guys. Hopefully you all enjoyed this video here. I know it's late, super late. I'm super tired, but I made it. I made it through. I got through the video. y'all watched it with me. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you can be notified when I go live or post the video. Okay, hit that bell so that you can be notified when I post the video on YouTube. I talk about all the drama, talk about anything really. If it's interesting, I'm gonna talk about it. It end up being celebrity drama, but more than anything. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, leave a message in the comment section. I'm gonna post the link to that video. I'm gonna look it up after this, and so you can see that video of supposedly, allegedly, Janae Robinson, Ashley Robinson, and Joe McCann, even though it's not clear enough to me to be believable, and her family isn't saying anything. They haven't came out and mentioned anything about it. So I don't know, but y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. But yeah, that's it, and that's all. um yeah, until next time, I'll be back with another video probably tomorrow. And so much stuff I went over today, and I had to do it all late, but I'll be back with another one. Peace, you guys.